Second Esdras, chapter 8, and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And what you have on the screen here is a warning from the EU, which is formerly known as NATO, right? And they're warning the people, 450 million people, to stockpile as NATO warns Russia. So, you know, we've been telling you that this was coming, right? For the longest, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has sent his prophets and his servants on the highways and hedges to warn you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans what's coming down the pipeline. But a lot of y'all still don't believe that this is going to take place. World War III is going to take place, right? And it's going to be a time like never before. So you can, wave it off and really don't pay no attention to it all you want, but you're going to be affected by this, because Yahweh Shem Shah's will is to destroy America, Babylon the Great. 450 million people. When you go into the whole gist of it, they was telling you stockpile on essentials, food, water, things of that sort for at least 72 hours in case of disaster. Which if this thing goes down, it's gonna last longer than 72 hours. Because it's all heating up, man. The wars and rumors of wars is becoming, physical, man. It's turning into something that is more than just words or rumors. And with this taking place, it also ushers in Jacob's trouble. Because these things are going to happen, man. It's in the scriptures. It's going to happen, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to live in denial or not. It's going to happen, right? So I wanted to get something at the Salakia from my phone. Right? Let's go to this real quick. I just want to go to this real quick. Salakia. It's from let's go to it right quick. This is from the Fortune, right? I'm gonna share it in a second. Give me one second. Just trying to find it. Okay, let's find it up here. It says, All right. So it says, let's share it. So this is from The Fortune, and this was March 26th, 2025. Today is the 29th. So this was 3 days ago. It says the European Union just issued a dire warning to its 450 million citizens. Stockpile supplies and prepare for disaster. Right? So, hey, man, it's about to go down. And they want you to subscribe and all that, but we're gonna get the actual video. Right, let's go back to it. So yeah, you see it, man. We've been warning you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to get right as a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. Because these other nations, they have no hope, right? They're gonna be destroyed, and the ones that are not destroyed, they're going into slavery, man. That's just the gist of it, right? That's the cold hard truth of it, man. Whether you Israelites, you wanna save the other nations, they can't be saved, man. And if they are saved, they saved for slavery. If you can't get down with that, the Lord ain't got no use for you, man, on this side. He gonna destroy you and bring you back in your right mind. That's just the way it's going down. So let me get that again. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. It says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." And everybody is in their pride, man. Pride is at an all-time high, man. These nations are proud. They have all these nuclear weapons, so they're proud. Even down to the regular citizen, man, they proud. Right? Our people are proud when they ain't got a damn thing. Right? You got this place ready to be lit on fire, right? Through thermonuclear, missiles, and everybody's still proud, man. So the Lord said that it was going to be misery in these last days. And you seeing it, man. You seeing it. It's about to really take place and to really hit people's pockets, their homes, their lives, man. Right? So without any further ado, let's play this. Yahweh Shem Al Shah willing, the elect be edified. Shalom.
The European Union has issued a stark warning to its 450 million citizens, urging them to prepare for a potential large-scale conflict. According to reports, the bloc has advised people across Europe to stockpile food, water, and other essentials to last at least 72 hours. This comes in the wake of heightened tensions following a deadly Russian missile strike on the Ukrainian city of Sumy, which killed dozens. While it remains unclear if the EU's warning is directly linked to this attack, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has reinforced concerns, stating that Russia could be capable of launching another attack on Europe by 2030. Speaking in Warsaw,
And it's going to happen before that, man. Because everything is a Yahweh Shem Al Shah. These devils think they got it under control, but they don't. Right? Talking about 2030, man. Right? We're looking for the Lord to destroy this place before that time, man.
Rutte sent a strong message to Moscow saying, and I quote, "If anyone miscalculates and thinks they can get away with an attack on Poland or any other ally, they will be met with the full force of NATO. Our response will be devastating." End quote. Meanwhile, EU Commissioner for Crisis Management Hajda Lahbib has also raised concerns, warning that the threats facing Europe are now more complex than ever. Adding to the escalation, the Russian military has confirmed that it fired cruise missiles from its Ufa attack submarine in the Sea of Japan. Russian state media claims that these missiles successfully struck both a land target over 620 miles away in the Khabarovsk region and a naval target. Ukraine's President Zelensky has responded sharply, accusing Russia of manipulation and deception. He stated, and I quote, "We don't believe them. The world doesn't believe Russia. Unfortunately, even today, on the very day of negotiations, they continue their threats and manipulations." End quote. As tensions mount and global powers respond, the question remains, is Europe on the brink of a wider conflict? NATO, the EU, and world leaders are closely monitoring the situation, with fears growing over Russia's next move. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.
And you see it, man. Now this was one day ago, you know. So it's pretty much, set in stone, man, that something gonna go down. And how do you prepare yourself for something that's gonna go down? You you get spiritually right, man. People not looking to get spiritually right because people not spiritual no more, man. They don't think the most high. They don't believe in the most high, man. Everything is materialistic. Everything is about money. But all that shit is about to be, you know, pretty much worthless, man. Worthless. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 22. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine," man. Because, they're telling people to stockpile on food and essentials and things of that sort. But, you know, there's going to be many people that don't. And even people that do stockpile, they still not going to have enough. So many people are going to die of famine, meaning they're going to die of starvation, man. Right? It says, "And the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy," man. The rest going to be cut off in war, civil war, race wars, and what have you, man. It says, verse 23, "And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them." Yeah, man. Because everybody gonna be, running for their lives, man. Ain't gonna be no time to have a ceremony, a proper burial. There's not gonna be no time for that, man. So them dead bodies are just gonna be laid out in the street, right? As it tells you in Jeremiah 16, verses 3-5, right? It says, "For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down." Yeah, you know, life as you know it is not gonna be anymore, man. Right? The things that comforted you, that were convenient to you, is gonna be no more. Right? Your late night chills and your girls' night out and hanging out with the fellas, that's gonna be a thing of the past. It says, "There shall no man be left to till the earth and to sow it," man. Ain't gonna be no more work. Ain't gonna be no more work, man. It says, "The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men." Yeah, man. Some of these places gonna be wasteland, man. You're not gonna see anybody. Right? It's gonna be stuff. It's gonna be fruit still growing, crops still growing. Nobody to pluck them, man. There's not gonna be nobody around. It says, "So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice." Man, you're gonna wish. You know how you go out now, and there's dozens, hundreds, thousands of people out, man. Everywhere you go, there's people there. Imagine a world where you go somewhere and you see nobody, man, for a whole day. You will bug out, man. It shows you that in some of these apocalyptic movies, like I Am Legend or The Walking Dead. I mean, you still have people, but it's like people just trying to survive, man. And then the people that you do see, you can't trust them, man. That's the time we coming into. That's the time we coming into, man. Right? Because the time of war is at hand, and when people see war, they get fearful, they get afraid. Right? And these devils, they on their way out, man. These devils are on their way out. You know? Let's go from there. And let's get Jeremiah 30:7. It says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man. This is the time we coming into, Jacob's trouble, man. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, trouble is about to be at your front door. Right? It's about to be at your front door. Because what? And guess what? You're not going to be saved out of it. The only ones that are going to be saved out of the time that we coming into is the elect. That's the only people that's going to be saved, man. That's going to have a chance. The rest of you, you're not going to be defended. Because what? You turned your back on the Lord, man. When the Lord stretched out his hand, you didn't regard it, man. So when you start catching hell, getting afflicted, the Lord not going to regard you. Here it is, you mock the Lord. You shrug your noses and roll your eyes and you think that, it's all about you. Well, the Lord got this he's very great and very brilliant at mocking you when your fear coming, man. Right? Fucking people, man. Pisses me off. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7. Let's get chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 19. It says, And he said unto me, There is no judge above the Most High, and none that have understanding above the highest. So these devils, all these devils you see on the screen, they're all being controlled by the Heavenly Father, man. By Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua. The Lord is working spirits on these devils, man, to bring forth this third world's war. Because this is what the will of the Lord is. This is exactly what the will of the Lord is, man. You know? So they can't stop it. They can't say, oh, well, we want to do this. And no, man, it's all according to the Heavenly Father, man. It's all according to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So it says, and he said unto me, verse 19 again, 2nd Ezra 7:19. And he said unto me, there is no judge above the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and none that have understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. For Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua have given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment, man. And the Lord has it, being sent out now. And 2/3 of our people ain't looking to listen, man. The summer coming. They want to shake their ass. They want to smoke their weed. They want to barbecue. Right? They feel like they're missing something, man. They feel like they're missing something. So the Lord gonna show them what they've been missing, man. Which is getting cooked. They're gonna literally get cooked, man, when the missiles drop. Because they decided to follow these devils, man. That's the future for 2/3 of our people. That's the future. Let's go to chapter 14. Same book. Second Ezra 14 and verse 14. I'm going to start at 13. It says, now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption, man, meaning sin, meaning going against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, meaning iniquity, man. Because that's what makes you corruptible, man. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, man. Right? You should be in a hurry to change and seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. It says, greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, right? For look how much the world shall be weaker with age, you know? And that's what you see, man. The world getting weaker and weaker with age, man. True feelings are coming out, man. Everybody's just tired. Everybody's wanting to just destroy each other for power and rulership. Which these devils, they're going out of rulership. Every country, right? The Lord is going to be set up as the ruler. Yahweh Shah, man. The kingdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Not these fucking devils, man. You know? It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker with age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So it's going to be more and more evil, man. More and more evil. It's not looking good for 2/3 of our people as well, man. It's not looking good. Let's get one more and we're going to shut it down. This is in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Yeah, remember the Lord now, man. Right? While the evil days not here. Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah, when you know, when you are going through your days, how you used to go, it's not the same as how it is now. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, and the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look upon the windows shall be darkened, man. So there's a lot going on. It ain't gonna be no light at the end of the tunnel. Ain't gonna be no relief in sight. Right? The strong men are gonna bow themselves, man. The ones that you thought were mighty and strong, they're gonna be like little bitches in this day. Right? The keepers of the house, the leaders, they in fear. Don't let them smile and give handshakes and act like they know what's going on. They're all in fear, man, because everybody got their hand on the button, man. And when the Lord gives the order, hey, when the Lord gives the order, that's when that's when that button gonna be pressed. It says, and the grinders, man, the grinders are the workers. Ain't gonna be no work. Nobody ain't gonna be laboring, right? It's just gonna be about destruction and death, right? And while all this is going on, you know, it's just gonna be getting worse and worse, and people not gonna see any end in sight, right? So it's not looking good for America. It's not looking good for Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and we love it, man. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, man. Right? All these devils, man. Right? All your good times, all your living it up, your luxury. Right? All that's about to be to an end, man. All your money, your power, your rulership, all of that's coming to an end. Right? All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for that. So, I'm gonna just leave it there. And hey, we almost up out of here, man. Just keep watching. Cause this thing gonna take place real soon. And like the Lord said, he gonna come like a thief in the night. Just keep watching, man. Don't be caught off guard. So, I'm gonna leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua willing to elect with other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. The next lesson, till the next lesson. Shalom.
Speaking in Warsaw, Root sent a strong message to Moscow saying, and I quote, "If anyone miscalculates and thinks they can get away with an attack on Poland or any other ally, they will be met with the full force of NATO. Our response will be devastating." End quote. Meanwhile, EU Commissioner for Crisis Management Hajda Labib has also raised concerns, warning that the threats facing Europe are now more complex than ever. Adding to the escalation, the Russian military has confirmed that it fired cruise missiles from its Ufa attack submarine in the Sea of Japan. Russian state media claims that these missiles successfully struck both a land target over 620 miles away in the Khabarovsk region and a naval target. Ukraine's President Zelensky has responded sharply, accusing Russia of manipulation and deception. He stated, and I quote, "We don't believe them. The world doesn't believe Russia. Unfortunately, even today, on the very day of negotiations, they continue their threats and manipulations." End quote. As tensions mount and global powers respond, the question remains, is Europe on the brink of a wider conflict? NATO, the EU, and world leaders are closely monitoring the situation, with fears growing over Russia's next move. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing story.